Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever part of the world you're watching from. Welcome to an amazing episode of the weekly top 5 series. If this is your first time of joining in, this is DJ Ramley University, your host. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done that. Today, I have an amazing personality in the building. He's a businessman, he's a philanthropist. Don't worry, I'll introduce him right after the break. Welcome back to the show. Like I promised you guys, I said I will bring in those at the top of their game on the show, and keep dropping your comments. It assures us that we're on the right path to updating your playlist every week. Today, I have a politician in the building. He's a philanthropist, he's a businessman, and also the chairman of the Oshimili North local government area, no other than Chief Honorable Esewezie Innocence. We are really excited to have you here today, Chairman.
Thank you.
So today, they just opportunity to listen to your top 5 songs of the week. But before that, let's delve into some of the striking questions that people would love to know. Your political journey has been quite eventful. What would you say is the biggest misconception people have about you as a leader?
A lot of people never believed that we'll be able to do all that I've been able to do in office. Yeah, I think that was the biggest misconception. Yes, at a point, I'm talking about my political career. Yes, that's one misconception I noticed. Yes, initially. One of the misconception initially, it was that a lot of persons felt, given the younger generation, you understand, because I came into politics quite early, you understand, and my reason for coming into politics basically has to do with service. You understand, it has to do with service, and I never thought that a day will come where I'll be contesting for elective position. You understand, I just came in to provide service, and in the course of providing that service, I was able to market a lot of potentials, and I think that was the catch, and that was actually what actually sold me out. So yes.
Okay. There's a saying that local government chairmen in Nigeria are just figureheads. Do you agree or disagree? And why exactly?
I don't know, why would anybody ever think that local government chairmen are just figureheads? That's not true. That's not true. There are 3 arms of government: the federal government, the state government, and the local government. And the functions of the local government is clearly, spelled out in the Constitution. Now, let me take the case of Delta State, for instance. If you go around Delta State, the 25 local governments, we can see visible achievements of the 25 local government chairmen in Delta State. Chairmen are constructing roads, building bridges in this state, hospitals. They do get it. And they are also chief security officers of the various local governments. Look at the last Christmas that we celebrated. It was peaceful across the 25 local governments. It was peaceful. That was because we have a system that works in Delta State. The governor, who is our leader, gives us the direction. And the direction is that the 25 of us must ensure that there is peace in our various local governments, and that there is also, cordiality, that relationship between us, the chairman, and of course the people. So to answer your question directly, the council chairmen, they are not figureheads. They are not figureheads. And you should also know again that is the office that is closest to the people. You understand? That's the people's office. Yes. So every local government chairman who knows his onion as a local government chairman will be able to do a lot of things and bring a lot of development to his local government.
I believe you guys, this insight will enable you understand more of what it means to serve the purpose of a local government chairman position, at least able to relate the people's mindset to the government. Many believe that grassroots politics in Delta State is more about loyalty.
God, for that reason.
Yes, than the actual service to the people. Have you ever felt pressured to play this role?
To play what role?
The role of loyalty.
You don't. Do you need to play the role of loyalty? Loyalty comes natural.
Okay.
And loyalty is all about compassion and service and commitment. So it's not something that you just buy from the market. And without loyalty, nothing works. Not in every sector of life.
Yes.
Let's talk about politics. Okay. If there is no leadership, then politics.
Yes.
How will the younger ones, will be able to learn the ropes of politics?
Or have a scheme to follow?
Every sector in life, there must be leadership. And the leadership must not be all about God for that reason.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Don't know about God for that reason. For instance, in the case of Delta State, we have a stable leadership in Delta State. Very, very, very stable. You can see from 1999 to date. You can see, from one government to another, the transfer of power in the state has been credible and seamless. That's leadership at its speaking. That's that what I speak. And talking about God for that reason, we just look around Delta State today. The 25 local government chairmen are young men. Yes, 25 local government chairmen in this state today are young men. A lot of young persons in this state that I know has been exposed into very, meaningful life.
Yeah.
You understand? Using the various platforms that this leadership across the states has created.
Divided, yeah.
You understand? So it's not all about God for that reason, it's about effective leadership that produces results.
That's quite educative. I'm really honored to have this response from you. Because a lot of people feel like you have to kiss ass to get a position in government, or you have to just be loyal for no reason. But from the explanation, leadership and loyalty end naturally.
And I believe people ask yourself, this guy, what's his name? I got some of your workers said.
Okay, Dice.
See, if Dice is not loyal to you, Dice be here.
No. Our chairman has
but that's the truth.
Yeah.
The only reason why you allowed him here is because you trust his competence and because he's loyal, to what he does, and you can also count, on his competence. Yes,
that's true.
Yes.
Wow, these insights are really, really educative. People just sit back there and have different narrative on social media, but it's quite good to at least come close, ask questions so that we can be educated and enlightened before we start pushing out certain narratives. I'm really honored for these answers in the way you broke them down. Okay, Kuti, let's know the number 5 song of the week. Which of the record is sitting in that position?
Yeah, it's Money by Tenny.
Money. Wow. We all can relate. Okay, you heard that right. Honorable Chairman has logged in Money by Tenny on his number 5 spots for the. Let's check out the record.
Money don't buy you happiness. Money can't buy you love. Money don't fill this emptiness. But I want all the money in the world. Ooh, Randy.
Welcome back to the show. Don't forget to drop your likes, comments, share, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done that. Oshimili North has been experiencing a rise in kidnappings. The people are scared. What exactly is the government doing about this?
Yeah, thank you very much. And first of all, the job of every government, the cardinal function of every government is to secure lives and property. So anytime, there's a thing down of law, we'll see those of us who have been privileged, to the, in this position to see us having sleepless nights. And one of the reasons is that we discovered that there are a lot of things that we need to, address. First of all, security is should be everybody's concern. Everybody. And this upsurge in kidnapping started about 2 months ago. It came when this area is ugly head is sometime my first tenure. And what did we do? We noticed that a lot of, then we're coming from the neighboring community close to Ibusa, but I don't want to mention the name of the community, but it's a boundary community. So when they came on board, the first thing we did as a local government was to use the community-based approach. So we mobilized the entire youth of the community and with the police, deeply involved, the entire community. And that was how, with the support of the council, I was there providing, tax support and coordination. We were able to, with the effort of the Nigerian police, we did well and we chased them out from our community, our local government. But we noticed again that 2 months later, these upsurge has, come up again. And I'm here to, first of all, reassure the people of Oshimili North that we are on top of this situation. What are we doing? The security, like I said, should be the concern of all. Everybody. So, not just the police. So what are we doing in the case of, what is happening in Ibusa? We are using homegrown solution. Homegrown solution. Yes, the homegrown solution has to do with getting all the stakeholders involved in security management. When I say stakeholders, I'm talking about the palace, the youth, the police, the army, the military, sitting together with all the various leadership of the various security heads in the community. And we will be able to come up with very strong security measures that we have put in place. And these measures, in the next 2 weeks, they will begin to manifest. Why? Because we've noticed that these things that are happening, it cannot just keep happening without maybe the connivance of some persons within the community. Yeah. And we are getting very credible information, from very credible sources that will lead to, something that will excite our people. So I'm just here to, reassure the people of Oshimili North that in the next few weeks, this issue of kidnapping will be a thing of the past.
Wow. Okay, some people feel that politicians only talk about security during elections, but when ring threats arise, not much is done. How do you?
What do you mean by ring threat? What do you mean by threat?
Like when it happens in real time, not much is really done.
Like give an instance.
An instance where the community is currently suffering from maybe armed robbery and kidnapping, not much is really done. The swiftness to action is not really there. But in terms of when there are elections, you see the people assuring them that security is going to be talked most about that.
The job of the local government chairman is to coordinate security. Is to ensure that there is security in his domain. And what we are doing differently is that the various organs of the community, they are fully involved in the management of the security architecture of the community. There is no political leader that will be happy and do nothing and watch his government, with issues without coming up with solution. Now, what is the solution we're coming up with? First, what is the security structure? And I need to say this so that our people can be reassured that we are doing a lot. We're on top of every situation, that has to do with insecurity. For instance, we know for sure that with what we have on ground today, if it is well coordinated just like we are doing today, the issue of insecurity will be a thing of the past. Yes.
There are rumors that some local security operatives are either compromised or afraid to confront these kidnappers. Do you think the security structure is strong enough?
The security structure is very, very, very effective and is very, very, very strong. These kidnappings are not happening in the Ibusa community. Nobody has been kidnapped inside the Ibusa community. There's no single person who has been kidnapped inside the Ibusa community. These kidnappings, have been taking place outside the community in the, developing part of the community. Talking about the bypass.
Okay.
Now, we noticed from engagement with the various sectors, we are engaging first with the transformer champions. We're engaging with the community youth. We are also talking, if you noticed, some weeks ago, we came up with this policy that our sacred places must be sanitized. When we notice this upsurge of engaged and wine, they understand messing up with our streams. So we came up with that policy and we said that henceforth, you understand, based on the security information we got, very a lot of these things, that happens, has the link in the line with some of these persons. And we struck into action and we said, no, this has to stop. Now, from that engagement, we had a lot of information from that engagement. From the engagement with the transformer champions, you understand, we're also getting a lot of information. You cannot tackle and deal with the issue of insecurity without proper information.
Yes.
So what we are doing is that, first of all, we are putting together every, critical stakeholder in the community that will also ensure that those information that we seek as a government that will help us, that those information are provided. For instance, there is no week we don't take security meetings at least twice a week. Normally, we ought to be having, the local government ought to be having once a month security meeting where you have all the various security heads in the meeting. But of late, because of this upsurge of, this rise of this kidnapping, we have decided that every week, you understand, we ensure that there is constant security meeting. Wow. And this also led to, a lot of, sanity in the community. Like I said, without the active collaboration and support of the people, the citizens, you understand, it becomes very difficult. But as it is today, we're on top of the matter, and I assure you that in the next 2 weeks, we'll get some of these things.
Okay, very good to know. Okay, before we hit the number 4 spot for the week, let me ask this sensitive question. Do you believe there are insiders benefiting from this instability? Because security starts from the top. Security starts from the top. So do you believe that there are people benefiting from this instability in the community?
These are security issues, and I'm being very careful so that I don't reveal a lot of information. But of the truth, we are doing, a lot, to cope this insecurity. A lot of concerns have been raised. A lot of persons have called me. They have raised concerns about the insecurity, and we want to assure them, like I said before, that the issue of insecurity did not just start today. This is not the first time.
Yeah.
And whenever it rears its ugly head, they've always had, structures in place to curb it. Then my first term, we did not experience any issue of insecurity. You understand? In that 3 years, the community was calm and very, very peaceful. We know that with development, a lot of strangers elements has moved into our community. A lot of persons from the east, a lot of persons all over. Development is moving towards our local government. A lot of persons are coming to our local government and they're buying lands, doing a lot of development, for our people. We've discovered that the major problem we're having, has to do with people, just selling, some of this communal land without regulation. And what we have done as a local government to ensure that people can come into our local government and do business, I'm talking about investors. We came up with a bylaw. And in Oshimili North, you say a bylaw. You understand? That has to do with the regulation and protection of public properties. The things that we have done to tackle insecurity as a local government. First, we said, okay, what do we do? What is that thing that we have as a local government? What is that wealth? What we have as a local government is land. Plenty of it. I need to break this thing so that people understand this thing. Plenty of land, a lot of it. And we noticed that the major problem, major wahala, confronting the 7 communities that make up our local government has to do with indiscriminate sales. And this, has led to a lot of investors not having confidence, to do business, with us as a local government. So we said, okay, fine. The first thing we need to do is to secure the interest of the investor. The interest of the investor is his resources. And how do we do that? The first thing we need to do is to come up with a regulation, a law, a bylaw within the local government that will regulate. We are not taking the right of sales from family. No, not at all. But we are saying that for the reason of, security for you and I, for all of us as a local government and as a people, for our collective security, that there will be need and reason for the following to be done. Let us have, a law that will help every community. The law will help to provide information. And in that law, there's a provision, that we created public registry where every land, every family in the local government has been documented, family by family. And we have also, the law has been passed. We passed that law in our first term. And having passed that law, we went on massive sensitization. We started campaigning against, indiscriminate sales of communal land. And that was, quite successful. Last, trying to check, the indiscriminate sales of, land in the local government. So we came up with that law. Then after that law, we're now saying, okay, what do we need to do again, to help ensure that every town, keys into that law. We've also started the process, of engagement, enlightenment. The people need to know. But before the law was passed, it went through the public reading, where the entire traditional rulers in the local government endorsed the law, and applauded us for doing a wonderful job. That's on that. But we were having, little issues, of enforcement, here and there. And we also noticed that so many things were going wrong. You see, strange people, coming into various community, all in the name of doing a land transaction. So we said, no, this has to stop. So we started, having serious engagement with every month. We expanded our security meeting in the local government, where the traditional rulers were part of the security council meeting of Oshimili North. And this has also, enabled the various communities in the local government to have, an avenue where we share information together, as a people. Talking about the approach. Now coming to Ibusa as a community. For Ibusa, we noticed that immediately this kidnapping stuff, was, they chased them out from Owashuku. So they've moved to down to Ibusa. And since they came to Ibusa, we've also noticed that the modus of, operandi has always been the same. You understand? The same template. And the community is well policed. That's the truth. You cannot do anything in Ibusa and get away with it. It's not possible. It's not possible. Because the community is well policed. I'm talking about the community itself, where people reside. It's well policed. So what we've noticed is the soft targets. Soft targets. So you see people, just soft targets, here and there. And we noticed when it happened the first time, we took a meeting. I'm talking about myself, the DPO, the head of the army, the DSS. And we said, if you want to go into the bush to access your property, inform the DPO. Inform the DPO. Several times we've had meetings with these developers, and we have told them, please, for your own safety, we need you to quickly, inform us anytime you want to go into, our bushes. Because this kidnapping, they're not happening in the town, they're happening in the bushes. And we have also started asking questions. We started making a lot of engagements, and we noticed that there are a lot of information are coming in. A lot of persons are also, collaborators in this, and investigation is coming close. Do you get it? And we believe that, okay, for instance, look at this scenario. Going around the whole thing, you notice that as at the time these persons are taken to the bush, I'm talking about these developers, I'm talking about these buyers, across. I'm not limiting to any community now, across. But look at this scenario. As at the time you take these people, for this transaction, you do your transaction inside, you take them into the bush to show them, these properties. These persons are not being kidnapped. But these are the questions we're asking. How come, after everything is done, at the point of possession, of taking possession, these things happen? Yes. Do you get it? And how are we getting this information? We're getting this information because we are engaging, with the people. And that is the reason why I can beat my chest confidently, working with what we have on ground, working with everybody, because of the truth. People are not happy about it. Yes, nobody's happy about it. Because they are just trying to paint the image of the community and the government, you understand, the community in particular, in a negative light. But the truth is that the community is peaceful. That's the truth. People are doing their business. Everybody, things are working well. But it doesn't also take away the fact that there are issues, of kidnap. And this thing just came up about 2 months ago. There's a new wave of crime that I just, just moved into our community. And I'm assuring our people that we are doing everything humanly possible, to make sure that this issue, is put to a permanent stop. And that is the pledge I give to them. I pledge that under my watch as their local government chairman, every part of the local government will be peaceful. And our first time we did it. This is just a little challenge. With the support of our people, we can rest assured that, this will be, a thing of the past anytime soon.
That's really, really enlightening and interesting at the same time. And I must say, thank you very well for buttressing on this. And a lot of people out there will be also enlightened to know what's really happening behind the bars. Okay, quickly, let's get to know your number 4 song for the week.
Whiskey, Kese Kese.
Kese. Okay, I think we all can relate. I think you liked good music as well. Okay, Kese by Whiskey has been locked in by the Honorable Chairman on the number 4 spot for the week. Let's quickly check out, people.
Kese, baby, kese. How many times they go tell the person? They know the beat to they learn the lesson. Shama ya baby, they be. And it's a vibe anytime we did it.
Welcome back to the show. This is the weekly top 5 series. Don't go nowhere. Keep dropping the comment, keep dropping your likes. This assures us that we're the right path to updating your playlist every week. If you want to see any of your faves on the show, drop up the comments. We'll look into it, and I'll leave in the next episode. You might just see them as our guests. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Most importantly, turn on notification updates so you don't miss out on any of the amazing content coming your way. Okay, our Honorable Chairman, before we move down to the number 3 spots of the week, let's continue with some of the striking questions we'll stay at. You were once a special assistant to the former governor, Odwan. Looking at Delta State politics today, do you think the PDP still deserves to be in power, or has the APC made any valid points?
I believe that you just came into Asaba some few days ago.
Yes.
And I honestly want to believe that from all the because I know that you are a social media inclined person, very active on social media. You've seen the giant strides of the governor across the 3 senatorial districts. We've seen everything. I'm a product of PDP, complete 100% product of PDP, and I am here, as chairman under the platform of that party. And it is the policy of the party that I implement in Oshimili North. What is the policy of the party? The policy of the party is the more agenda. The policy of the party is that everything that is good, will get to our people. Now, if you look at infrastructure-wise, if you go around the state, looking at infrastructure, you noticed that it is only the PDP government that has given the people of Delta State more. The people of Delta State more. And our local government, as we speak, the PDP government led by our dynamic governor, Sheriff Obururu, the award-winning governor, a governor that is so pragmatic with leadership. In Oshimili North, we made a road. As we speak, work is ongoing. And you know what that road means to the people of Ibusa? If you go to Okmanam, the same thing that is happening, Major Road, is also happening in Okmanam. Now, looking at what we have done as a local government, we just finished the construction of 1.42 kilometer road with both drains. Now, it is not about the road, it's about the essence of that road, the importance of that road. We had to go on that project, as difficult as it was to the council, but because of our passion for our people, because we want the best for our people, we had to, award that contract. And honestly, so many people have been asking me, Chairman, I haven't been able to do this. The local government chairman building roads. And I've said, council chairman can build roads. That's the truth. You understand? I'm not the first council chairman that built road. But for you to construct a road as a local government chairman, you must be you understand? It means that there are a lot of things that you must listen to do. You understand? In order for you to, embark on such a massive project. We've done that. And we are also empowering our people. Soon, within the next 1 week, we'll be coming up with our empowerment program where we'll be empowering our indigent people. Those traders, those persons that's 50,000, 100,000, will make a lot of difference in their lives. And I've also noticed that a lot of them, we set up a committee that will go around to ensure that these persons must be people, that are truly, deserving of soft gesture. So PDP as a political party in Delta State deserve, continue to rule in Delta State with the support of the people of Delta State. And also, as far and as long we keep delivering on quality projects, not just projects, but also empowerment programs, that will turn the lives of our people around, for the best. Okay. Just you can be, the people will keep voting for us. The last election, Oshimili North came first. We gave the highest vote to PDP last election. We did that because the people are with us. They are the people, they believe in us. They see what we do. They can feel what we do. It's not a fairy tale. It's a real life. You understand? And these are true life reality. You understand? And these are not fairy tales. So everything we do, it's not audio. You understand? It's not audio. There are no audio projects. There are no audio leadership. You understand? Our leadership is pragmatic. And that's the reason why, see, let me also tell you, you see this issue of kidnap. I want to honestly assure people of Oshimili North, working with what we have on ground, because in all aspects we are getting information. People are talking to us. You understand? And we are putting all these informations together. We are putting all of them together. We are also, we've also decided that we're also, going to introduce technology in fighting crime in Oshimili North. Wow. Yes, we're going to introduce technology in fighting crime in Oshimili North. It is our job, to ensure that the people must sleep, and they must sleep with our both eyes closed. So that is what I'm elected to do, and that's what I'm just going to do. Yes, what I'm going to do. So it's going to be, headlong, collusion on anything, that will disturb the peace of our people.
That's interesting. What do you say to those who believe local government chairmen should be elected by the people rather than appointed or influenced by the state governor?
A local government chairman is elected with 20 councillors. These councillors are people that reside in the village. These are people that goes to local meetings. These are people that you see in our various honored meetings. These are people you see in our various Ogbe meeting. I want to cascade it. You understand? So that people understand what the message I'm trying to pass. These are people that are popular in their various community. You cannot be a councillor if you're not popular in your community. That's the truth. So on election day, what have you noticed? You look at the sequence of election in Nigeria. The local council election is always the toughest.
Yes.
And it's always the most problematic.
With a lot of cows.
So why is it so? It is so because of the interest of the people in that office. It is only the office, the council chairman and the councillor. These are the offices meant for the people. The people can walk to the council chairman and demand for their rights. The people can go to their councillor and do the same. So anybody that tells you any, misconception, anybody that believes that the council chairman, are not being elected by the people, is not right. The council election is a very, popular and sensitive election. It's one election that you see everybody, they show interest. Everybody, body big, the small, and the middle class, everybody, they're involved in that election. So it's an election, of the people.
Okay.
And by the people.
Not designated by the state government. Okay.
But before you become a candidate of the party, you understand, you must go through a process of leadership. The leadership must know your ability. They must know your capacity. They must also be sure, of your loyalty and your commitment to the party. There's also a process of primaries where you have to go through, various scrutiny, from the leadership of the party and members of the party before you are, before you emerge as the candidate of the party. Once you become the candidate of the party, the next is to face, a general and popular election. And this has been the template in Delta State.
There has been reports of favoritism in political appointments within Oshimili North. Do you agree that appointments have been fairly distributed?
Fairly distributed, yes. But it doesn't also take away the fact that some persons, you understand, some of our brothers might also be feeling aggrieved. I understand that some persons, who, ought to, maybe who have worked for the party, and they so believe that they deserve some recognition, from the party. I know that we have some of them, you understand, but the message, of our governor and every one of us, the message of hope. What's the message of hope? Why the message of hope? The message of hope is that a lot of our persons have been appointed, so many of our persons, into various positions. And the first appointment that came to Oshimili North, the first 30 persons were given appointments. Yes, 30 were given appointments. And if you look at, politics in the local government, you discover that PDP is more, a youth-friendly party. Oshimili North, everything that we do, PDP in Oshimili North, is youth-based. And so many of our young men are involved in the management and the running, of the local government administration. A lot of them. I'm talking about from 35, 40, 42. And aside that too, there have also been so many youth platforms that have been created, across the state and the local government, to expose our youth and, give them platform to showcase their talents. So it's a welcome development.
Okay. If you could leave just one legacy in Oshimili North, what would it be?
Peace, prosperity, and development.
Wow, that's really interesting. A lot of young people are interested in politics but feel locked out by the old order. Will we ever see a truly young-led government in Delta State?
But what government do we have in Delta State? We only have the young, dynamic, leadership in the states. Very, very, very young, dynamic leadership.
Okay, what now? Okay,
so now looking at you keep talking about the PDP and the need for youth engagement in the party. But look at from the leadership of the party, our former governor handed over to who? To a younger person. He handed over to a younger person. Then look at the government. I'm talking about the state ESCO. You see a lot of young persons in the state ESCO. Then for the local government, your question, if young persons will be, allowed to, to expose themselves politically. For me, I'm a typical example. First, I started as a very young man, and today, the truth is that a lot of our people, a lot of our young men, they like what we do in politics. Yeah, they like what we do in politics. And somehow, with the kind of leadership style, with what they say that we do at the local government, where I just see, as if the young people now begin, to have hope, you understand, in the system. And a lot of them, now believe that if an Esewezie innocent can do it, you understand, I can also do it. And that's the spirit. That's the truth. For me, I like being very, very consistent. Do you get it? I work very hard. I like being consistent, and I'm passionate about what I do. Did you know? So this is the same thing I also recommend for every young person. If you must grow in anything that you do, first believe in yourself. Bam, bam, bam. That's the first thing you must do. You must believe in yourself. First, you must believe in yourself. Then when you believe in yourself, then you must also be consistent in whatever that you do. Key is that once consistent in whatever that you do, you can rest assured that one day the reward system will definitely locate you.
Okay, that's quite enlightening. What will be your final message to the people of Oshimili North who are really looking up to you for change?
First is to ask that they keep supporting us, and to also ask for their prayers. They should keep supporting our Governor Sheriff Oborewori. For me, this will be my last term as chairman of Oshimili local government, and I am poised and ready to give the people of Oshimili the very best, my very best. This is going to be our last time. It's going to be a last time, that will be, indelible in the hearts of our people, in terms of projects, in terms of peace, in terms of security. I urge them to expect more from us. Definitely.
Okay, so what's going to be your number 3 record for the week?
Yeah, I think I'll go for Bidest till this Davido's
Latest record.
latest album.
Yeah, shout out to Davido.
I listened to it and it's quite nice.
Okay.
Honest.
Bidest by Davido have been laughing on our chairman's number 2 spot for the week. Let's check it out if you haven't heard the record before.
Anywhere money they may they call me, I will be there still. Look, across the border, I will be there still. Many go, many go, I will be there.
Welcome back to the show. Our chairman, let's play a game of this or that so that the viewers will be opportune to know you on a more deeper level before we hit the number 2 spot for the week. Would you settle for money or fame?
If I was settled for money and fame,
Yeah, which would you go for?
money
Or fame?
or fame.
Do you want to be famous or you want to be wealthy?
I could, amongst my people, you understand, and the local government, I think I'm famous enough. I think, yeah. It is okay. So I, honestly, I don't need to choose.
Okay.
Is that what God has already blessed me with?
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I'm famous enough, because if I'm not famous at what I do, I would have been elected.
Yes.
So for that answered the question of being famous. But again, money. Yeah, money is very, 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 very important.
Essential.
In everything, money is an essential commodity. But at the same time, I think honor, character,
Yes.
matters more.
Okay. Phone calls or SMS? Which would you prefer? Call. Phone call. Okay, that's interesting to me. Last but not the least, happiness or success?
Both.
Both. Okay.
So let me tell you.
Okay.
See, it must be both.
Okay.
It must be both. You cannot have happiness. You understand? Without being successful.
Okay.
That's the truth. If there's no success, then the happiness might not be there.
Wow.
That's the truth. So both of them, must go pari passu.
Okay.
Yeah, they must be constant.
Yeah.
So I choose both of them.
Okay.
Happiness and success. Very, very important.
I believe these insights will make you the honorable chairman on a more deeper level. So you don't know now, say like phone call, no go the SMS and if you know read them. Okay, let's know the number 2 song for the week.
Ebu Colombia.
Ebu
by Umu. Wow, and I love that song a lot because of the lyrics and the song.
About the content.
The content of that song. Strong message.
Wow.
Yes.
We can relate. Okay, Ebu Colombia by Umu Bibo has been locked in on our chairman's number 2 spot for the week. Let's check out the record.
Viewers at home,
Yes.
I am Innocent Esewezie, the Executive Chairman of Oshimili North local government. You are locked into the weekly top 5 series by DJ Rand. My number 1 song for the week is People Like You by Graham Smoker. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check the record out, you'll like it. Peace.
You're the kind who takes the time to help a stranger in the rain. There's a place for people like you.
That was People Like You by Grouse Morgan. Our honorable chairman locks that in on this number 1 spot for them. Sadly, this is the old draw the curtain, but they hope to see you guys on the forthcoming episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Ciao, guys.